Hey guys, and welcome to FSM Trading. Today we're getting into another video. We're going to be talking about Bitcoin. Many of you guys have been messaging me, received a lot of messages about should I buy Bitcoin now or should I wait a little bit? When's the best time to get in on the crypto market? So I'm going to be giving you my top tips, analyzing some of the market to let you know when is the best time to be buying in on Bitcoin. As you can see on the chart here, we're looking at the Guardian news and they were talking about how Bitcoin jumps to a 3-year high as COVID crisis changes investor outlook. Now, this was obviously maybe a week or so ago, a few days ago. Bitcoin was approaching its all-time high around $19,240. I think it reached its previous high just a little bit above that. But since then, we have seen a retracement of Bitcoin and it's now sitting around $17,000. So a lot of you are still wondering or left in the market, should I hold the Bitcoin I already have? Should I increase my position and buy more? Or should I completely dump it all and sell now while I've made some profit? I'm going to take you through a few of the things that might interest you in this video that might help you make the best decision. So we're going to take a look at a chart here which actually displays what's been happening with the US dollar index. Before we look at the crypto markets and Bitcoin as a whole, I want to take a look at what's been happening over the years with the US dollar and what's impacting the news and why even Bitcoin came around in the first place. As you can see here, the dollar since around 1986, this is on TradingView, I've gone back as far as I can. The dollar's been really dropping ever since it came into place, to be honest. I mean, you can see here in around 1986, the value of dollar here is around 124. You can then see it comes down, it comes back up, but to a lower high. It doesn't quite reach 124 and now hits 120 and drops again. And next time it rises again, it's only reaching heights of around 100. And we can see it start dropping again. This is now obviously recent news with COVID impacting the US dollar. But when it comes up again, I can't see it getting much higher than 90 again, or even 87, 86. What's the reason for that? US dollar is slowly depreciating in value, inflation levels, there's a lot of things impacting US dollar. What does that mean for investors like yourself, like myself? People are looking for many different ways to make money. Gold, people are more investing in, things like Tesla, new stocks, people investing in Amazon, Apple, but also the new phenomenon around 2009 has been Bitcoin. We're all looking to make more money than we're currently making, than leaving your money simply in the bank. So let's take a look at another chart which shows Bitcoin and what it's been doing over the last few years. Now, what I want to show you guys is actually getting into depth of what's been happening over the period of time, but looking at certain charts and looking at certain patterns, how we can actually spot when Bitcoin's going to rise, where it's likely to go to, and therefore we can assess when's likely to get out, when's likely to buy, and when's likely to bank in some profit. If you look here at the chart here, we can see since its inception around 2009, I can't show you the last chart, but what I'll show you is that over the course of around every 4 years is where we're likely to see a spike in Bitcoin and make some real profit. As you can see in around 2013, September 2013, we were looking at a price around $133. Just a few months later, in around December of that same year, we break $1,111, which is an all-time high for Bitcoin. We then drop over the next few months. It drops down to around half of its price in March, $634. And then we've got to wait a few years, all the way into around 2017. And right here, we can see in around 2017, start of the year, we're looking at around $896. It's almost got back to its former high. Then we climb up a little bit a few months later. Let's go towards the end of the year. We're now looking around September. We're looking around $4,000, a new all-time high. And then by the end of 2017, start of 2018, we're looking at the high the highest it's ever been, all-time high, $19,162. I think it went a little bit higher than that as well, almost approaching $20,000. Now, that made a lot of people a lot of money, but when you look at how long you would have had to have waited, some people have waited 4 years to get this rise here that have held their money in Bitcoin. Some of them sold too early. We then see a few months later, the price drops again, halving in size and market share, and also in its actual price as well. We can see it drop to around $3,443 in December the next year. We've now waited another few years, ups and downs, and again, in around 2020, it seems to be approaching this all-time high. This is very recently, around 19,000. And literally just about a week ago, or a few days ago, we've seen Bitcoin drop to around $17,000. And we're now wondering, do we keep hold of our Bitcoin? Is it likely to go up and break its all-time high? or is it likely to come down a little bit further? Now, I'd like to give you two options. I mean, in the short term, I think we will see some short-term gains in Bitcoin. I don't know if it will break the previous all-time high. If it does, I think it will go slightly above. It might go to 20 to 25K. But I do think in the long term, or short to long term, we're going to see a drop in Bitcoin, which sees it come down maybe to around the $11,000 level, up to 12,000, which we can see here, former previous highs here of around 11,000. I think we're going to likely come down to this level, as Bitcoin normally halves in value once it hits a former high. And then next year, 2021, which keeps the cycle of every 4 years, I think we could see Bitcoin go up to $100,000. Literally, I think that's really how far we can see it go. At the moment, it's around 20,000, 17,000. I think we can see next year, 2021, this coin going all the way up to 100,000. What that likely will do is drag all the other altcoins with it, and we would see all-time highs for a lot of the different altcoins out there in the market. So if I were you and I was holding Bitcoin, I would hold on a bit longer. One thing that you also can do, if you guys that might know me and my coins, I'm also interested in USD Tether. USDT is the abbreviation. If you type that in, because it's a stable coin, what you can do is actually bank some of your profit, as it doesn't move up and down like Bitcoin. It's not very volatile. It kind of keeps its price. If you've got some profit there, transfer it into USDT Tether, and when the market does drop and you're happy to buy in again, you can transfer it back. Those are a few of my tips, and that's all I can say on Bitcoin. But thank you guys for listening. What I'd like you guys to do, if you could please like and share, and also if you could click that notification bell to be kept updated on all the current news coming soon. Speak to you guys soon.